when can I come in? Be like, cool, come in Tuesday afternoon. I got a spot for you.
Do you have a tire machine there? So people can actually do tires there.
I usually do them for them because
Yeah.
most people can
Don't
wrench, but most
bounce.
people don't know how to like use a tire machine.
Yeah.
And if you do it wrong, you can screw a wheel up, and I don't want anybody to screw a wheel up.
Now
So-
you mentioned your partnership with AutoZone Car Parts.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, do you mark up the parts at all, or you want to share that?
I do a little bit. It kind of depends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like if you walk in and
Because I mean that's another great reason right there. Because typically if you buy your parts on a retail counter, or if you're buying them while you're doing the work at a dealership, if you're paying for your brakes to a dealership, you're paying a 67% markup typically on those parts.
oh yeah, it's crazy. Brakes
so-
are probably my biggest like jobs at Wingman. I do brakes all the time.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, people come in and say, yeah, they BMW quoted me $1,200 to do the brakes on the front, like one axle.
Wow.
And then he'll just get his brakes online and come in and do them for $300.
Yeah.
You know, with Wingman. Like,
Yeah.
Is anybody like wholesaling this? I don't know, better way to put it, meaning that like people are paying their friend to come in their car and do it, you think? Or
yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it's
they're renting a
space.
bay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if anything, so like I have a few mobile mechanics that'll actually call me and say, "Hey, man, I've got a big mobile mechanic job, like, but I can't do it. I need a lift." And I just like, "Yeah, man, we'll book you a bay."
yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Or like Dan, I think the first time I met Dan at Good Morning, he came in with his buddy Dom, who was doing brakes on his Jeep, and that's kind of how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's potential for everything. That's what I said. Like when you talk about like, I mean, we're talking about cars, trucks, and I saw that one guy. It was actually on one of Dan's videos with Good Morning Mechanic, but it was the guy with the TRX brand.
Oh, the Rebel.
Yeah, the Rebel.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, he just doesn't have a garage. Like
Yeah.
he's got a house that's like 100 years old, and it's like got one of those tiny little garages that
Yeah, you
wouldn't
can't fit his truck in there.
Can't fit it in. So, and that guy's probably, if I'm not mistaken, he was like a 50, 60, 70
Yeah,
year
he's
old
a
man,
little
something like
older.
that. So
Yeah.
like that dude's not trying to lay on rocks in the driveway and do things. And then on top of that, this was my next process. Obviously got a tire machine there, but I'm assuming you have scan tools as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Oh yeah.
check engine lights come on today, like, you know, like I change underwear. Like they come on for the dumbest shit. And
we don't have enough time to talk about the.
you know,
all
and it's
that.
like
I was just saying,
you
what
go to a
computers running
dealership, they're
computers?
charging you $180 just to look
Just
at
to
it.
scan
Then they
it.
give you a code, and they're like, "Hey, it could be this, it could be this, it could be this. We're gonna start with replacing this, and we'll let you know how it goes." And it's like it's ridiculous.
I
how-
bet you 3 or 4 times a week someone will come in. Hey, my light just came on. Can you scan it? I'll scan it and say, yeah, it's an HVAC code or evap code or
Right.
You got to know too. Let me clear it. If it comes back on, call me back. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Okay, what do I owe you? I'm like, just come back when tell your friends.
yeah, yeah.
That's
absolutely.
it. It's just that diagnostic charge is nothing but a money grab.
Yeah.
It literally takes you 30 seconds to plug it in.
Well,
and, get
and
it
like you
reading.
said, you're not even giving them all. I mean, it's giving you it's a start point, right? Because then you gotta like finagle some things and see where it's actually coming from. You know,
Unless it's like a really specific code.
correct.
Like
Yeah,
your
which
crankshaft
there
sensor
is.
on
Yes.
bank 1 is bad. Okay,
Right.
let's change that. But
Yeah, but when you get into, especially when you get into evap sensors and or
all the emissions.
dude, you could be chasing your tails for hours. I can't remember how many parts I replaced on this. This is my first car. It was a 1988 Ford Escort EXP. I don't know if you remember that car.
I know, I
Kind
know.
of looked like a fastback
Yeah.
Mustang,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I must have replaced like a dozen parts trying to get that thing to pass E-check. And all it was I had 2 screws left from when I replaced the EGR valve that I didn't tighten enough.
Yeah.
It was literally
Just
as simple as
little
like
leak.
adjust, tighten,
Done.
boom, gone. Car ran like a top, you know. And I sold that car for way too cheap. And the guy came through. I was 16 years old. This guy came through the drive-through one day. He's like, "Hey, bro, I bought this car from you, dude. All I had to do was adjust the EGR valve, tighten down the screws. Thing's running like a top, man. I appreciate it." I was like, "Fuck."
Damn it.
I mean, at that point, I think I bought that car for $300. I think I sold it for $1,500. So I made out, but I was
Yeah.
like, that was a $2,500 car.
Yep,
Like, dang, you know? And so, yeah, you can easily chase your tail. So having that access to where somebody can come in and just get it
Yeah.
scanned, figure it out. If it turns out to be more, that's what I'm here for. You know,
Yeah.
don't go to your local car dealership where you're going to spend 6 hours of labor and might still have a check engine
Yeah.
light afterwards.
The cool thing about that too is like a lot of the new cars, they have the electronic parking brake.
Yeah.
So like Toyota especially, or even Honda, like you have to take it to the dealer because they can put the parking brake in maintenance mode. And I'm like, I can just do it with my laptop thing. And then it does it. We do brakes, take it out, cake. It's just because they don't want you working on your own car.
No,
Not
of
anymore.
course not.
They want you to go to the dealership and spend $200 an hour.
Well, that's why when you open the hood, it's like a big plastic sheet over the top
Yeah.
of the entire thing. It's like, You know, one of my first trucks was an 88 GMC with a 350 in
Yeah.
it. Like I remember
You could have
being on the
lunch in there.
side of the,
You could eat in it.
Dude, funny story. So I was driving home in high school and it broke down and it was going to overheat and the snapped.
Yeah.
So like I remember being freezing my ass off. My buddy brought over got a belt for me and met me, and we're literally like on each side of the engine block trying to pry this thing open. The heat of the engine keeping us warm still from it being on earlier. And it's like, but like now you couldn't. I can't even get my hands in there to find the oil filter.
No.
It's like such a pain in the ass now.
There's some ridiculous engineering that's going on nowadays. It's like, why would they? I have this one video on TikTok. Like, I have a TikTok for Wingman. It's just like, I think it's funny. So, like, maybe the world will.
Yeah.